How's it going, guys? This is Ryo Murata, photographer based in Tokyo. In today's video, you guys been waiting for it, a Contax shop video made by a non-Contax user. I know I'm going to get some kind of uprising from this because I'm not a Contax user. However, I did a poll earlier this year, like 2 months ago if I'm right, if you guys were interested in a Contax shop type of video. 90% of you guys said, yes, give it to me now, kind of. And in order to get that in those pieces together, sort of like solving a jigsaw puzzle, I finally got it together, and hopefully this will be relevant for the film community and people who watch my YouTube videos in particular. So hopefully you guys sit back and relax while I talk about the shop in particular. So about the shop, the official name is called Kamirano Gokurakudo, which is located in Shinjuku district. However, it's located near a station called Wakamatsu Kawada, with how to access this location. And this is going to get a little bit complicated. Walking is not problematic, but what's problematic is the train station. And you have to ride the Toei Oedo line. And this line in particular is similar to the Yamanote line, as in the JRs, which goes in a circle. The Toei Oedo line actually goes in a circle too. But what's problematic is the Toei Oedo line has two Shinjuku stations. One Shinjuku main station and another one's Shinjuku Nishiguchi station. And the difference is that the Shinjuku station from Toei Oedo line goes through the Roppongi area, which basically goes this way, goes under then up. And while the other one, the Shinjuku Nishiguchi station, goes up towards Higashi Shinjuku Wakamatsu Kawada, which you need to get off, which is the second station, goes towards the Ueno area actually, and Ryogoku, etc., etc., Kiyosumi Shaka, which is like where Blue Bottle Coffee is, going a little bit off topic. But you have to understand that you have to ride from the Shinjuku Nishiguchi, and depending on where you get off before, maybe JR or KO line, which I use, you have to walk considerably, like 2 kilometers from there to walk towards the Nishiguchi Toei Oedo line. So that's actually one area to be careful about. And once you get on there and once you get off, it's roughly a 10-minute walk away from Wakamatsu Kawada station. And probably if you just Google it, because every phone has a GPS, you can basically check where it is located specifically. But just to be on the safe side, I'll stick some kind of link in a map for you guys to that location in particular, so you guys won't make that mistake. This shop initially started as sort of like an online sort of like shop actually back in 2001, and following after that in 2002 they opened a physical store in the Shinjuku district. So that's kind of their background information for you guys. Going to their online website, if you actually, I'll stick in a link in the description area below, but it's interesting because the website is in a way kind of outdated. It has sort of like a non-Reiwa vibe, more like Heisei or like not Showa, but it looks as if it hasn't been like sort of like service kind of, but it is a fully functional sort of like website. And because it's in fully Japanese, I had to like dedicate this part for that area because a lot of you guys probably don't speak Japanese. But an area for photos, like 4 photos below that, says YC body. Right next it says YC lenses, G series, T series, and M42 lenses. What that is when you click on it, an Excel sheet-ish kind of thing pops out, and it basically tells you on the left hand corner like the specific cameras they have in their stores. And this sheet is interesting enough, gets updated periodically. So before you go, or if you're interested in a specific camera or lenses, please check that list because that gets updated really frequently. And when I last checked yesterday, it was updated on that particular day. So when you look down on the left hand corner, it says the camera type. On the right next to that, it says the rank, so as in quality. And on the right, it says the price, the full price with tax included, Japanese tax included. And further on the right side, it says like the defects that might be found on that camera. So it could be like mold, fungus, etc., etc. Please use a translator to check if you are interested in that camera. As an example, like if I'm right, I was interested in an RTS 3, which costs roughly 36,800 yen. Rank is A or A B minus, etc., etc. And another camera that kind of caught my attention was a Contax T2, obviously, which is, the price is, as of now 2025, 198,000 yen, so roughly 1,300 yen. Oh no, 1,300, $1,300 in particular, converting it back from yen to USD. And another important area about the website, going back to the website, is that on the right hand column there's an area that says Contax 画像付き商品のご紹介です. Also means Contax cameras with photo information section area. When you click on it, it kind of tells the specific like camera with a photo when it reached the shelves actually. So this also gets renewed frequently and updated actually. So when you look down the sort of when you scroll down, it says like what specific camera was added to the shelf. So it's sort of like a kind of Twitter-ish kind of way of like showcasing like what specific camera or lenses arrived at the store and how being like sold. So yeah, that's an area to check beforehand. One sad thing about visiting Gokurakudo was that the CEO wasn't present. I will take that back. After visiting there for 3-4 times actually, I was able to meet up with the CEO and he kindly gave me the opportunity and like time to like allow me to sort of like shoot close-up videos for you guys, so you let's get a more better understanding of what kind of cameras they have within their store. And hopefully this will be some kind of reference for people who are thinking of visiting the store, because this is actually a must-go location if you're a Contax user or if you're someone who wants to shoot with a Contax camera. I mean, there are no other areas that have this much extensive range and varieties of both the camera, lenses, and the accessories included. So yeah, it's going in and out, and it took this shot actually took 3-4 hours actually to get everything working out, and they basically had to clean the desk and stuff like that for me to shoot. But it was sort of like an honor to just shoot everything in one go. But unfortunately, because I was basically walking around at a rather fast pace, it's hard for me to sort of like give you guys the gist of the specific like cameras and lenses. So that's why I basically like talked in the earlier part of the video where if you're interested in a specific lens or a camera, I highly suggest checking their online website. They're sort of like Excel sheet that gets updated recently, so you can basically get the idea of what kind of specific cameras they have there. It was actually a great experience shooting this one cut video for you guys because I was basically, because I was there for like 3-4 hours, I was talking with the staff who knows so much about Contax cameras, have so much dedication in terms of knowledge. He even questioned me because I don't know much about like Contax cameras. He said like the Contax TVS and the T2, when they first were announced and sold at retail prices, which was the more expensive one, and I basically thought normally point and shoots that have what zoom lenses tend to be meant for the consumers. So I initially thought, wasn't the TVS the cheaper camera than the T2? And he said, wrong, you got it wrong. The T2 was actually cheaper and the TVS was more of a premium compact back in the days, and that kind of blew me away because I did not know about that. But probably a lot of you guys who shoot with Contax know that that is like education, like basic knowledge. But yeah, that's like something that caught off guard. If there were a couple of like cameras that caught my attention, was that they had like 10 Contax RX cameras on display. They had RTS3, they had like 3 or 4 of them. They had Aria, they had 159, they have 14, I keep forgetting the number, 167, and the Contax 645, they had like 3 or 4 of them actually. The last fully automatic medium format camera. So yeah, that, which is way out of my budget, but yeah, they had a lot of legacy cameras in the shop, and they also had Contax pamphlets being sold. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to like shoot photos and videos on that, but they had a sort of like a rack just on Contax, sort of like a magazine rack of Contax pamphlets. So yeah, if you're into that, this is actually a go-to location. Okay, so yeah, that's it on my video of visiting Gokurakudo and Fotoborse, which is located in Wakamatsu Kawada Station in Shinjuku. If you have any questions or comments regarding the camera shop in particular. Hopefully I can reply as long as it doesn't as long as it doesn't sort of like flood my comment section below. And because the CEO wasn't present, hopefully he will see my YouTube video and I can gain some kind of trust. And hopefully when I have the time to and money to sort of like purchase a lens that I'm kind of curious about, hopefully I can basically shoot again, maybe a close-up shot of the lenses that they specifically have during that time. So yeah, that's basically it on my video and the coverage of Gokurakudo and Fotoborse located in Shinjuku. So yeah, if you're ever in Tokyo, or if you're into or are looking for Contax cameras or maybe lenses, this might be the best location to purchase. And like I said, or I didn't say this, but Contax cameras and lenses are getting much more expensive as the year go by. So even if you're not thinking of purchasing it or using it ASAP, honestly, it might be good to just have one lens, maybe in a dry cabinet or somewhere, and just for future, I guess, proofing maybe, because you never know when the prices will get even more expensive as the year go by. So yeah, that's it on my coverage of Gokurakudo and Fotoborse. And also on the right hand side, I'll stick in the hours in operation when they're in business, so when it opens and when it closes. It's roughly 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. if I'm right, and for Sunday it closes at 6 p.m. so beware, and also check their online website when they're sort of like closed, because they're spontaneously open and spontaneously closed. So yeah, that's it on my video. Hope you guys enjoy this video. We'll see you next time. Peace out.